right, so thank you. Happy Tuesday and good afternoon. And the ALC, we all kind of took a vote. I think we took a vote, or I volunteered. Anyway, so we are trying out starting our team meetings at noon.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason behind it is what are we supposed to be doing in the morning?
Sleeping. Lead generating.
Ideally, lead generating, right? Is that something that we all are supposed to be doing in our business? Talking to people, all that kind of stuff, and the theory behind it, and which proves to be true, right? Is if we're having conversations with people in the morning, doing our lead gen, our lead follow-up, so on and so forth, right? Those are two of the income producing activities that we do in real estate. Then it's out of the way. Right? It's out of the way. You have part of that. You have the core of your business done in the morning. Oh, I like your outfit. In the morning, right? So because then a lot of times life starts getting in the way, right? I know sometimes life gets in the way the moment you wake up, right? So, but it's like, okay, let's focus on. Hi, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. What? Okay. Right, so now more than ever, we have to be focused at a high level. At a high level, we're going to discuss that further. So we're just trying to help you out with your scheduling so you can really get those income producing activities done in the morning time and just be efficient and effective. So my quote of the day, hey, Rich Pisani, you want to share what the motivational minute is, please?
Okay, incredible change happens in your life when you decide to take control of what you do have power over instead of craving control over what you don't.
Yeah.
Just
Right?
like a serenity prayer to me.
Yeah. So, Rich, what does that mean to you?
It means that if I don't want to come to this damn meeting at noon, then I don't have to. That's what it means.
Really? Come on. Okay. So
You should. That's careful who you call on.
I know, Mr. Pisani.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why, does anybody have kind of a clue as to why I picked this quote? Why?
From all the stuff that's happening right now, our farms, take back, here's the farm, take back the farm, all that.
Yep, for sure. So Rich is going to dive into this a little bit more about the changes that are happening, not happening, what the hell's going on type thing, right? And one thing that, you know, we always talk about on morning mindset and in team meetings, so on and so forth, about we only can control the controllables. And right now, some people are losing their shadizzle, right? Because they're upset about the changes. So one of the things that we have to be very conscientious, very aware of, very in tune with ourselves, that we can only control the controllables. We can't control the train that's already left the station. Right? We still have no idea, because people on Rich's, Rich took, I don't know how many hours last week to go over and review the forms and all that kind of stuff. So thank you again, Rich, for that. And people were getting spicy. Okay, let me get, I always like doing this. Raise the hands. Who was on Rich's class?
Me.
Okay. Because she didn't want to get in trouble.
Me.
On that stuff. Okay, good. All right, because, like I said, there's sometimes when I've asked people if they attended certain things and no one raises their hands and then they come to me the next day, oh, how do you do this? I don't know. It's like, seriously, we provide the shadizzle here. So I'm happy, pleasantly surprised to see how many that were in attendance for Rich's class. So he spent all that time and now they're not releasing them. So anyway, but the gist of it is, like I said, Rich will be talking in just a little bit about the state of affairs and all that kind of stuff, what's going on in our world. But please, 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 you have to relinquish control. You just have to embrace it. When we had, because remember, for those of you, when in March of 2020, what happened in March of 2020? What was that? Yeah. Right? And then we're just like, holy hell, what are we gonna do? And then we had to pivot. We had those peas, right? Y'all remember the peas? Right? Okay, so we have to pivot and be flexible. Okay, I'm gonna go over some important dates. So obviously, June 25th today, team meeting. June 27th, this Thursday, is our monthly happy hour, and we're having it at Plata in Agora. So remember, I pay for the food, y'all pay for your drinks. Okay?
They have the best food.
They have great food, and yeah, the drinks are on y'all. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, especially with some of us, it's.
Yeah, some of you is just like, okay, my budget's blown for the year. Okay, next, the July important date. July 4th, happy Independence Day, happy birthday to my son. Office closed, July 5th, office closed. So that's a Thursday, Friday. July 9th, we're having our team meeting at the Calabasas Pickleball Club, right? So Louise is gonna talk more, so we're gonna give you details, so probably just because of the heat, I don't know how hot it's gonna be at that time, but probably it's July, I'm just assuming it's gonna be a little toasty roasty, so we may have it earlier, but they're gonna give us a tour of their beautiful.
I am a member of that club, by the way.
You
You
are.
remember already?
I was one of the first people to join.
No kidding.
Also, then you don't get
Yeah.
our Keller Williams.
Discount?
Yeah.
We can make Yeah, so the cool thing is, they've only been open for 30 days, it's such a beautiful facility. Lee Black represented, is part of the transaction, represented the sellers. So, like I said, it's absolutely beautiful. They have a special rate a group rate for us if you're interested. And it's a hoot.
How much is it?
Well, I guess I'm not. But I know if we have a certain amount of people that we get 50% off the initiation fee.
Yeah.
Right, and then we get a
We're
discount.
trying to waive it depending on how many
Yeah.
people will, yes. So the regular initiation fee is 1,000.
Mhm.
Well, it depends on what level. So what's,
No, but the regular one, so they're just trying to waive it on how many people we can get in for the group.
It's like 1,200 for a couple.
yeah, so whoops.
I'm not a couple, but enough for that.
Yeah, so we'll get you more details. Like I said, they're gonna do the tour, and then more than likely, I think they're gonna reserve courts for us. So we can go play,
For free.
and I wanna kick everyone's butt. It's so fun playing with a bunch of realtors, right? Because we're all super competitive.
Well, except, what's her name's daughter.
It was so fun. Okay, so we'll get more information. We're communicating with them, exactly time and so on and so forth. July 13th is Ignite Marathon. It's gonna be a long day, but we're cramming all of the 20 sessions or how many are 15, 16, 18, whatever it is. Sessions it'll go from 9 to 4:30. So long ass day. We'll have some, we'll have no food for you, just crackers and water. Okay, I'm just kidding. So anyway, so we'll, obviously feed you throughout the day, but would love for you all to be there. July 16th is Brenda's book club, July 20th, a health day, July 23rd, team meeting, July 25th, happy hour. And then our August dates, August 3rd, family beach day, August 11th through the 15th, mega camp. We have our health day, and then we have just one team meeting due to mega camp in August, which will be August 20th. And if anybody everybody should be going to mega camp. Seriously.
What is it? Where is
It's always in Austin, Texas. Always, always, always. KWRI is in Austin, Texas. It's every August is Austin. So fun. Okay. So we're gonna talk more about this, but I want to get the speakers going. Remember, we've been talking about this all year long. You guys probably thought I was full of shedizzle when I mentioned it in January, survival of the fittest. It is survival of the fittest. You're seeing, okay, Doug and I were having a conversation last week. Justin and I were having a conversation yesterday where some of the people that maybe are not as professional as the rest of us, right, are coming out of the woodwork right now. Right? We are seeing people, they're in eptness and uneducation, or, you know, just, are any of you experiencing that? Where you're just having situations with agents who really don't know what they're doing?
Like more than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than usual. So anyway, what I'm just saying is, you know, this is where the cream, you know, we've been talking about, the cream is gonna rise to the top. So make sure that you're staying informed, but you don't get your head in the noise. Right? Does that make sense? So remember, it's a new world. Think, speak, and act differently. Sell your expertise. How are you going? Not how are you going to, how are you shifting, right, in this skill-based market and communicate your value? Okay, moving on, and then we'll circle back to all that. Welcome to our Keller Williams family. Susan Quimby, Kay Davis, super excited to have you on board. We have about 5 other people waiting for their paperwork, so super excited. You know what happens next week? It's the end of June. And you know what happens at the end of June?
It's Christmas.
Second half of the
Where-
year starts.
Yes. Thank you. What did you say?
Second half of the year starts.
Yeah, the first half is over. The first half is over. So that went by like a blink of an eye, right? So that means the second half, you know, when September, October hits, and all of a sudden we're in holidays. So, right, so we're, you know, second quarter, top 10, well, are you in it? So this is the time to reflect. Where are you on, you know, where are you on your goals? Are you ahead, even behind? What adjustments do we need to make? So on and so forth. Okay, happy birthday to our June babies. Steph Taylor, the vets. Sean, Phyllis, Eftrick, Vanya, Amanda, Kevin, Ronnie. Oh, that's right. I already wish you happy birthday. Crap. Okay. Luz, Tammy, Shahab, Cheryl, Darion, Mary, Ashley, and David. Happy birthday. Another grandson. And then all our anniversaries. David, Lisa, Joe, Caitlin, Aaron, Yukiro, Philip, Debbie, Celine, Tanya, and Jaspreet. So thank you so much for your commitment to Keller Williams and our office. Okay, so we have, look at how many people did such an amazing job in May. So congratulations to all your closing, Melina and Ava, Susie, Justin, Larry, David, Team Selleck, Serene, La Familia, Jordan, Mark, Garbell, Christina, Felicia, Yulia, Brenda, Zach, Carrie, Lynette, and the list goes on and on. I apologize if I'm not saying everybody's name, but job well done. What was last month? So May was one of our top months so far this year, and then we are looking to surpass May this June. So thank you again for all your hard work. Don't let up. Yes, and yay, Lexi. Okay, Lexi, Christine, Monique, Team Smith, Hirsch and Jared, Aaron, Ashley, Eileen, Louisa, Doug Pitts and the Pitts Group, Samantha, Jasmine, Carolyn, Team Malian, and Denise Marks.
Missed a whole like other side.
Yep, and look at this. Look how many people, this is the most we've had in quite a while, right? That in May 2020 closed over 2 million in volume. Right? Justin, Jordan, Larry, Galoo's group, Zach King, Stewart, Denise Marks, Tara Lynn, Doug, Ashley Rogers, Team Smith, Hirsch and Jared, and Lexi Wells. So really take a moment to sit, reflect, pat yourself on the back and say, yay, and then you keep on going. You keep on going. Sorry, that was a request from Lexi. Whoa. Awesome. Okay, we are here for our team sponsor, Christian at KB Homes at Seaview at Midtown. And thank you so much for the lunch. It's yummy. I'll get to eat it when we're done. So, yes, so well, he's passing out some information. They are a new home build up in Ventura. Right, Ventura is really growing at a rapid rate, and he is going to share with you some great information. Thank you,
Such a
Kristen.
good presence when you talk. I'm gonna try to do my best to keep up. Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. We're gonna go through this pretty quickly. It's always great if you guys can come out there when you guys do get a chance. And I'll pass out for you. You guys can just pass it down. So we are we grand opened a new community called Seaview at Midtown. It is 72 luxury townhouses. We do not have any Melrose there. We are a mile and a half from the beach. They do have beach views. We're actually the first development in Seaview at Midtown. We're gonna also be building 200 single family homes. So this is just the start of this big development. All brokers get 3% on the final sales price.
Wow.
So especially, I know you guys talked about all the different car changes. So we will promote 3%. We don't have anything to do with car forms or the regulations. All you have to do is bring them, sign them once. You can even just text me and you get your 3%. We take care of everything. Okay. In your folders, you're also going to find some pricing. Our pricing starts at $929 is our most affordable for a 2-bedroom, 3-story townhouse. My biggest is 1.32 for a 3-story, almost 2,400 square foot townhouse. Okay. You're also going to see a little map in your folder. So again, 72 townhouses. They're going to build pedestrian walkways to get to the beach. So if you're familiar with Ventura, it's right off of Seaward, and again, beach views. So it's going to be a really cool development. Again, looks like we had 3 sales so far. Looks like actually have a sale from a lady in Calabasas, so we thought it was great to come here. We feel like it's going to be a community where people want their second beach house. Again, you're 5 minutes from the beach, 1.5 miles. They're going to build pedestrian walkways. So if you guys have investors, we sell them to a few investors. Airbnb, you can Airbnb these homes as long as it's over 31 days. So no short-term rentals, but the verbiage is as long as it's over 30 days. So if your investors want to rent it out, they can rent it for 31 days and be not liable for anything. Okay. Any questions so far? You guys know that? Correct. Everything's done in-house. Promotion wise. So we're going to roll out a 5.99 rate. That's going to be a 30-year fixed rate. We also have a promotion for an ARM rate. Your first year is 4.875. Your second year is 5.75. And then your third year to 7 is 6.5. Correct, and we paid for all that. In addition, your clients will have 25,000 of closing costs or to use for an upgrade. So again, pairing with the builder is a really good way to go. You're basically guaranteed like 30 to 40,000, and again, we do all the work. And so we definitely want to come out here, you guys, and just kind of introduce ourselves. Looks like not a Ventura buyer, so definitely your buyers in Calabasas are Woodland Hills. Things like that where they want their beach house. It is 70 degrees and beautiful every day. It is hot here. So really good kind of way to go. You have a question?
Yeah, what was the price and when is the development gonna be ready?
So we're open right now. The homes that you see there listed for the pricing, those are available in 30 days. So they're ready to move in. They have wolf upgraded appliances, no carpet in any of them. There'll be the homes to your right of the models on the site map. The development itself will probably be done like around 8 months. So just kind of gives us like 4 to 6 months to as we build out, but half of them are already being built.
The model house is
Additional single families are going to be.
Yes, they are very.
Another development across the street. So it will come with, we're all gonna be called at Midtown. So it's gonna be 90 single families and then another 70 townhouses in addition to the 70.
Is that this way?
Inside. So where the industrial buildings are, all of that. Right. Yes.
The model house is ready to come. and-
Yes, so you can come, we're open 10 to 6. You can kind of take videos, do social media, please. Everyone comes and do social media. You don't know how many people come and go, I saw that Instagram video. and we'll call that person and say, hey, they found you because of your Instagram video and we'll invite them to come, get 3%. So I did that in my
So
previous track.
we don't have to be with them?
No, just call me.
Okay.
But again, like, as long as it's before contract, so let's say it happens all the time, right? Your client goes, they didn't tell you, and you're like, oh my God, they didn't tell me. As long as we haven't gone to contract, we will add you. It does not affect the price of the home, it does not affect mine, does not affect yours, it doesn't affect anything. It's already guaranteed into our financials.
What's the HOA?
Yes, so 309 to 389. It will cover the outside of the home because we're attached, so the roof, the stucco. Amenities, we'll just have kind of gathering spaces, there's little pergolas areas, barbecues, grass areas, things like that.
What's the lowest price?
929. So mid 900s for the other homes. My biggest one is really our go-to one because it has a full downstairs junior suites. So it's almost a next gen home. It just doesn't have its own entrance. That's us right now. And then in front where the industrial buildings are, that's gonna be the single family.
And are you guys upgrading these or are they done?
So the ones that are available have been upgraded. It'll tell you what's been upgraded, like no carpet walk, things like that. Right now, we don't have what we call personalized homes yet. Once we sell these, we'll release lots and then your buyers can personalize them. Those take around 4 months.
I think a family home's gonna start.
It's hard to say, right? So we're like at 1.3, so probably close to 2 is probably.
Really good price.
Yes,
Is that an active, I noticed the way.
it is just an Amtrak train, so strip liner, no freight goes through there. But we will build a pedestrian walkway that goes over. There's no streets that come through, so no horns are gonna be honking, so just fast. But we are by the street. But yeah, anybody who want to come by, again, we're open from 10 to 6. It's gonna do really well for, again, it's a good price point for a beach home. Like, you don't realize how close it is to the beach. People can't really find us, but again, we're off of Seaward. It is not gloomy anymore, so definitely it's good weather now. And it'll start to pick up soon, so. Any other questions?
Yeah.
Try to make an appointment with me.
Okay.
That way I can just make sure you're kind of taken care of. But again, if you can't make it, just say, these are my clients, and then we register you, and I'll take care of it. Forward. So behind, that way. You can't really see the freeway, you can't hear the freeway, we're pretty close to the edge.
Maybe we can do, would there be a chance that maybe one day we can give you a call and then a bunch of us will go?
Yes, exactly, so that's really the goal, because you can't really do it justice without seeing it.
Right.
So when you guys can't come out, we'll come out and just kind of explain to it, but definitely something if you guys wanna, I'll set it up with you, we'll set it up with Julie again. And then we'll provide lunch again, same thing, but it is a really sight to see, like, it's not what you think, it's a really, really good product. Cool, well, thank you for
The
having me.
people that are on Zoom, can you
Oh, yes.
provide your contact information?
Of course, I
I'm in
will send you,
Ventura County.
I could send you, we had to update the PDF, but I can send you the PDF and you can send it out to the office.
Oh, of course.
Cool, yeah, of
Thank you.
course. No metal roofs, I think I said that.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
have
that's
to-
awesome.
which is a really game changer, so your total tax rate is 1.04. I will leave some of these just in case.
And then you said they're gonna be building the pedestrian walkway over the.
Yeah, it's in the disclosures, so we're not gonna build it, the city of Ventura will build it, but it's already decided, and the other homes already decided. So it's already an entitlement, it's gonna happen, we just don't know when.
Yeah.
Give me a call, let me know,
All right,
3% easy money.
We have more folders.
Any additional questions for Christian?
Can we just get his contact information? Because that's down in my neck of the woods. I'd for sure like it.
I'll send it to you, Lynette.
Yeah, and then
Thank
we'll
you.
do a blast to the office.
But we're gonna send it PDF.
Hey, I just wanna do a side note. Are you all receiving our email blast?
Yes.
Okay, because if for some reason you're not, then you may have accidentally subscribed, unsubscribed, or maybe on purpose. Right, to our emails, because sometimes, you know, when we send out the 24K blast as well, I've gotten people say that they're not they haven't received them. So sometimes when you see, if it comes from a certain person, right, and not necessarily the office, that is through our active campaign. And if you have unsubscribed from that, then you won't receive the email blast from the agents promoting their listings, so on and so forth. Yep, awesome. All right, Kristen, thank you so much. Okay, perfect. And thank you again for lunch. I know it's yummy. Okay, Mr. Rich Pisani, you're up.
Well,
Talk to us about all this craziness.
yeah. Good afternoon. Yeah, as Stephanie mentioned, I did a 2-hour Zoom class about the new forms and the revised forms coming out this week. I think it was supposed to come out today. And then there was a change. So as usual, in regards to what's going on, things are constantly changing and moving. Evidently, the DOJ got a hold of an older version of these forms prior to them even being released, and had an abundance of caution. CAR pulled back the release of certain forms. That includes the revised listing agreement, all the new forms that were associated with the settlement, and the revised buyer broker agreement, all to see what they had to say in regards to these forms, and if there was any changes they wanted to see. The speculation is they are going to want to see some changes. We don't know what those will be. We don't know how long this will take. We do anticipate, because CAR has said that when this goes into effect August 17th, these changes, that they will release something. Whether the input comes from the DOJ or not, I believe, because we have to conform to the new rules. So, once again, we're on a holding pattern. In the news, it's the DOJ doesn't want any offer of compensation anywhere. I believe their problem is from the brokerages, having the seller compensation to the other side's broker. I think that's where the issue lies. That's only speculation. Don't quote me on that, but it's believed that that's where it lies. Now, whether this whole concession thing is fine with the DOJ, we're yet to hear. So we're kind of in a holding pattern as far as those new forms coming out and how they're going to change the way we do business. So that's kind of that. I will say that, we are coming up on July 1st, and remind everybody that on July 1st, that those landlords who have more than two, not the mom and pop landlords who have one or two properties that they're renting, if they have more than that, they can only charge 1 month's rent. And that's it. But the mom and pop landlords, if it's less than two or less, two properties, not more than 4 units in each property, they still can charge 2 months rent. But be aware that 3 months for furnished has gone away totally. And as always, our military personnel, it is only 1 month's rent, no matter whose property is being rented, that is 1 month's rent only, and that has been all along. I think that's about it right now. I don't have anything else. If somebody has a question, I'm happy to answer if I can.
Okay. For those who want to ask questions, why don't we come up to the podium?
Rich, just to clarify, so for a lease, if it's just they only own 2 properties, they can still do 2 months deposit and 1 month rent.
Right.
Okay, just wanted.
Hi, Rich. I just wanted to address the new flipper law that's coming in July 1st.
Oh, yes, I forgot about the flipper law. Yes, go ahead.
So, other than having disclosures, is there going to be any specific form related to that? So that we'll have like the real information, or is it just gonna be that they're about to give it? I mean, is there gonna be a form that they need to fill out? In addition to
Well, the form is the SBQ, and it was quite clear on the SBQ what was needed in regards to that,
for the new law? And that
for the
form-
new law, yes.
And that form's coming out, the info back out.
The revised SBQ, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So Halo, I know you're kind of back there in the corner.
I have a question regarding, you said 2 property, if they have a 2 property, they can collect 2 months, for security deposit. 2 property in 1 lot or general?
General, if they own 2 properties that they're renting, doesn't have to be on the same property. They can own one in Calabasas and one in Van Nuys. If it's 2 properties, then they can still charge 2 months rent.
Okay.
2 months for security deposit, excuse me. And also this, there was confusion on my class, which I created. For those who want to pay in advance, rent in advance, it cannot be less than 6 months. So if somebody says, I'll pay you 3 months rent in advance, per the law, it cannot be less than 6 months. It could be 6 months or more, but not less than 6 months in advance.
And that's no matter how many units.
That's no matter how many. That's a law that has been in existence for a while now.
But if the tenant says, I have it just 3 months, we say we cannot. We cannot.
If the tenant says what? I'm sorry?
If tenant says, I can pay just 3 months, so.
No, you can't. It has to, if it's a lease for more than, if it's for more than 6 months or more, the most they can pay is 6 months. I mean, the least they can pay is 6 months. Excuse
And
me.
the last question. If somebody has a full rental property, can they collect 2 months rent for 2 of them and then 2 other just 1 month?
If they have what? I'm sorry?
If they have a full rental properties. So for 2 of them, can they charge 2 months security deposit and 2 other 1 month? Or they cannot do it at all?
I'm not understanding the question.
You said if they have 2 rental property,
Right,
they can collect 2 months rent.
correct,
If they have more than that, they can't.
correct.
So I'm asking if they have more than 2, can they charge 2 months security deposits for 2 of them?
No, if you own more than 2 properties, then it is 1 month, 1 month.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you need to share regarding the flipper law that's starting July 1st?
Well, it's a law that if the property has been bought and is up for sale within 18 months, it triggers what is called the flipper law, which goes into effect July 1st. And that seller has to disclose all that was done to the property, who did it, supply names, supply permits if they were done, um, contractors, subcontractors, and like I said, go to the SBQ because it lays it out in the SBQ as to exactly how what has to be disclosed. And most likely you're going to have a text overflow addendum because that has to be all the stuff that has to be disclosed. And that's anything over $500 that was done to that property.
Rich, if the property is purchased before July 1st,
Doesn't matter if it's sold within 18 months.
okay. And all of the information is on the new SPQ?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any questions on the flipper law?
And don't forget the January, looking ahead to January 25th, the balcony and walkway, wood balcony and walkway. Those inspections have to be completed by January 25th. Of any wood, three or more units, and we're talking apartments and condos, 3 or more units where a balcony is at least 6 feet above the ground, or a walkway 6 feet above the ground, have to be inspected. And if it's a condo, then the HOA would be responsible for it, and they should be supplying that report if it has been done.
Okay. I have a question. I know, it's a pretty silly one. So I know the forms aren't being released, blah, 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 blah. Do you anticipate any August 17th movement, or that's a hard date regardless?
No, that's a hard date. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever we get them. And then
Although, with what's been going on, never say never. I don't,
Right.
Yeah, it could.
Sit back and wait.
Right.
Okay. Are there any other July 1st things that are happening?
No, it was the flipper and the deposit. Those are pretty much the July 1st stuff.
All right, awesome. Okay, amazing as always, Mr. Rich Pisani. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay. Are we now? Oh, Miss Louisa. ATL productivity coaching update with Louisa. Come on down. Can you put this stuff? Oh, even with Felicia? I didn't get that either. Okay, it's okay, you can say. All right, fine.
Okay, a few updates with PC program. We have a recent graduate, which is Felicia Cool. She graduated actually 3 weeks ago with her 3rd, but she's also working on her 4th. So she's like going. She's not stopping. So remember, this is the lady that has a full-time job. She's an assistant to a neurosurgeon. So she's a neurosurgeon assistant.
I love it.
Yeah, so, and she does real estate part-time. Yeah, Stephanie knows, like, our last deal was crazy. And so one thing that we have PC is that we actually, just like
Where are you?
Oops, I'm right
Can
here.
you mute?
Where are you?
Oh,
yourself?
okay.
And
You have your $25. You're gonna last for how long?
Oh, and
There we go.
okay. Yeah, I know. So with all the scheduling changes, so Stephanie and I were talking in regards to, we really wanna vamp up PC. And so I really wanna push our PC agents to the floor. Edward knows who else is here. And so we changed our schedule as well, where 9 to 11, we are doing either cold calling, networking, or we are doing door knocking. So we're all gonna be all together. And basically, if they're not here, I'm gonna be calling them, what are you doing today? And they have to give me their numbers. So I don't care if they're doing networking, but that's pretty much from Monday through Thursday, that's what we're doing. So if you guys want to join us, we'll be here making calls. If we're not here, then we're probably door knocking, or they're actually out in networking events. Then for ATL, the other thing that I'm supposed to give you guys an update was our pickleball thing. You guys missed it. It was so much fun. So pickleball was, what was they supposed to say? So we're having our meeting there next in 2 Tuesdays, and then they're giving us a discount. Oh, and then our meeting was, they're giving us free games. So, but you guys have to let us know if you're coming. You have to RSVP. One for the meeting and one for the game, and you cannot like not show, or else we'll charge you. Okay, so don't RSVP and not show for the meeting. And then they're working with us in regards to having us be a member. So I believe our magic number right now is at least 20. If we go above 20, then they'll give us a better discount for our membership.
Does that include the monthly fees or just the?
Yeah.
There's a discount on that.
With the initiation and monthly fees.
Yes.
So, and then also, we found out that another agency, it's not the agency, is gonna have their meeting there as well. So we need to beat them. So technically, our magic number then is we need to have 40 people at the meeting. Okay, so we promise that. So if we do, the reason why they want RSVP, because they need to know how many courts they're gonna basically give us for free. So it's really fun, guys. We had a great time. The bathroom is amazing, especially the women's bathroom. I checked it out and I was there for like at least 15 minutes. There's a spa here.
And it's only just the beginning, because they're gonna
Yeah.
have gym, they're just open.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're gonna be improving a lot of things there.
Yeah, and they do like outside classes too. So I was telling Stephanie, I'm
Oh my
like,
God, it was so fun, you guys. If you missed it, go this time. We had a blast. It was
Yeah.
really, really fun.
yeah, we had a blast. Who was there?
Lynette.
Yeah.
Oh, Lynette, so Hayla,
So Halo was
Layla
there.
and her husband.
Yeah, Lynette and her
Jackie.
daughter. Oh, and then it's not only for you guys, so if you, the discount also is for families, so if your kid's husband wants to, let us know, because that's gonna be included in our number. So the more, the merrier, and then the more, and then basically bigger discount. Yeah, cool, so, we'll have the list going in 2 weeks. Remember, if you RSVP and you don't know I'm coming after you, it's $35.
Yeah, we'll send out an Eventbrite
Yeah,
for you all, so then, so then you can RSVP and all that kind of stuff, so we know the head count. But currently, the Keller Williams offer is 50% off initiation fee, 15% off monthly payments for first year, 10% off monthly payments for the second year, 2 free additional live ball sessions per member for the first year of membership. So far, we need at least 12 memberships, but I think they started at 20, they went to 12, and then when we were there, I think we're going to 8. So they're just giving us
all the owners.
yeah, Brad and Brian.
Brad, Nicole, Brian.
Yeah.
We met like 2 of them, Brian and Brad.
Brian and Daryl.
Oh, Simon, there was Simon.
What about Daryl? Why
We
is
met Daryl too.
He was playing.
Daryl was playing next to us.
Yeah,
Yeah. So anyway, we'll continue to gather more information for you, but also keep in mind what an incredible networking opportunity it is. Right, because there's a great group of people, and within their first 30 days, they already have signed up 300 people. And they're gonna max out at 1,000. So they'll probably be at their goal, I would assume, by the end of July or August. Okay, cool. Thank you, Louisa.
You're welcome.
All right, and then also wonderful thank you to my amazing ALC. Woo! Appreciate you all immensely for all your help. Okay, quick, thank you Calabasas Escrow. So quick update, you all saw, well, I'm assuming you all saw my email. Goalie is our senior escrow officer, right? She is also working in the Hollywood Hills office. She's been an escrow officer for a long period of time. She's at West Side, and then she'll physically be here, but she's gonna, manage all three offices. Lisa Donovan is still on medical leave. Brian Escobar took another opportunity to be closer to home and to take over his own desk, right? So we wish him the best of luck on all of that, but make sure that you take down Goalie's cell phone information. She's great at getting, texting and calling, and she's just very committed to taking care of her clients. So I can't thank her enough for helping us. And then we are bringing on, keep my fingers crossed, her old assistant as well, who is just spectacular. I've had the great opportunity to be able to speak with her and really get a clear understanding of her work ethic and experience, so on and so forth. But she would be coming on the beginning of August. Right, so we'll just keep you all apprised, but we do have a temp in there to help Goalie right now. So thank you again for all your support and your commitment to assisting the office and thriving. All right, our schedule for the week, obviously, we have our team meeting today. We have happy hour at Plata on Thursday. And now we have Miss Cindy Tanzan. Woo! With House American Financial. Thank you. You want me to click into your, there you go.
Okay, so I want you all to keep this phrase in mind as you are meeting people who own homes. Would you like to see or know how much home you could afford without selling your current home? I've talked about this the last meeting or two, and I've given you guys emails about the kind of a hybrid cross product. But one thing I've discovered is that this is definitely one we want to highlight for a couple of reasons. One, it's when you are selling a house or buying a house with somebody who already owns a home, you're going into a much higher price point. You have much more higher likelihood that they're going to actually qualify for a loan. It's way easier to deal with the current home buyers, homeowners than it is first-time home buyers. So I'll take them any day of the week. Second, we are seeing, we're actually starting to do more loans these days. And it's not because we're in the buying season. It's not because rates are better. It's only because, as we all suspected, people are getting tired of being in their homes and they have needs, they want to and need to move up and move out and do things. So we're doing all kinds of different loan programs, but certainly the one that allows them to make an offer on a home that they don't have to come with any money out of pocket and then can sell their existing home at their leisure, this is certainly one to consider. And we need to talk about promos. They might do. It's this new product is a lot more reasonably priced, certainly than your standard bridge loans. The rate is definitely competitive. The costs are not unreasonable at all. And another thing to keep in mind, and I always use myself as the example. I'm not in the market, but I saw a house in my neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. It was $1.3 million. And I thought, I wonder if I could. So I did the math on this new product and realized that I can't, I could, if I put 100,000 into it, or my number is actually 1.2 million. Good to know, because you never know. I mean, one approach you could take when you're knocking on someone's doors and they say they live there is, do you plan to live here forever? That'd be a good way to find out that, no, we got kids who live somewhere else, or we're gonna have kids, we're getting ready to start thinking. That's a good way to learn, are they considering moving? Might they consider moving someday? If so, wouldn't it be nice to know what that magic number would be for them to be able to do that with either coming with money out of it, or maybe some money out of it? But you don't necessarily have to sell your house first in order to get it.
Couple of questions.
Yes.
First of all, when they want to buy a new property, they have to have a down payment, right?
No.
So for example, I can go see one house, $1 million, and I just put the offer and buy it.
Yeah, so the way I write the pre-approval letter on these is I put down payment 0. And then I put in the notes that it's a cross-collateralization, and I attach a brochure of so they can see what kind of loan it is. And then I almost always 99% of the times have a conversation with, when you write an offer with the other side to let them know, what the state is.
So for, I can keep my house as a collateral and I buy a new $500,000. And if I decided not to sell my own house,
That's fine.
I can keep it. So please let me lien on that one.
There is a lien on that one.
And I can later on rent that one, live in this one with no equity, no down payment, nothing. That's amazing.
Yeah, you're basically using the equity as your down payment. So that's why they're putting a lien on your house.
So there is no limitation.
We just have to qualify.
Yeah, and the qualification, by the way, PS is easy because they qualify you based on pretending as if you don't have that house. Pretending that it's been sold already. So whatever that loan would be, then that's what you need to qualify.
And if you decide to sell this house before the main house you have, so what will happen? I buy this $1 million house, collateral is my own house.
Yes.
Then 2 years later, I decided to sell this one, go back to my own house.
So if you were to do that, you'd have to refinance it. Because you can sell the old one, no problem. You can sell it, refinance it, do whatever you want, keep it, whatever you want to do with the old one. But the new one, you can't get rid of the new house and still keep the old house out of the same thing.
Because the old house, right, this is the old house, I have a 2.5% interest rate.
Yes,
So I wanted to buy the new one,
yes,
and I decided to keep both.
yes.
2 years later, I said, you know what, I have better rate on that one, I wanna go back, I wanna sell this one.
You can sell the new one, yes.
So, but why
Why
did
can't
you
you keep the
finance the
old
old one?
No, you don't. You cannot. Oh, hold on, yes.
Well, you're gonna have a loan against the old.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lien.
So if you could pay, yeah, you could pay off that,
But
you're
it's
gonna
not
have like a second,
Is a lien,
it's a lien, cause she's taking the money from your old home to put down on the new home.
you're
So
not
as long as you pay, well, she is, that's
No,
why you're
she
not
said-
putting anything down.
she said they gotta put a lien on it, but I owe $1 million balance on my new loan. I gotta get a new loan with $1 million
Let's
balance.
put it this way, if and when that becomes a true scenario, I will get the facts, because I did inquire about that once, but now they're asking me again, I need to fuss it, so I don't want to do that.
Because it's like a lien, but actually I'm gonna have another loan for $1 million. I have to pay the payment 30 years.
They probably don't do it like that, they probably do 80% on the new purchase, and then the next, the rest of the money on your old home, that way they're not over leveraged on the house.
Then they're gonna get the home equity line of credit, 200,000 and toward this one. So you're gonna have another 200,000 on this one and
No.
800,000
there's just a
on the
lien
new
on
one.
it. There's a lien on the old one for the whole thing.
If there's equity.
Well, loan and lien is the same thing,
No, it's not.
well, so you have to owe it.
I know, but all which one? 200,000 on the old one and 800,000 on the new one?
You owe whatever
On the
you
new
owe,
one.
Because there's a lien on it.
whatever mortgage you have on the old one. If it's free and clear, you owe nothing. If you owe money, you owe money.
They should know.
So, we're getting confused in the weeds.
No, because it's very important, if the people
Yeah.
ask, you know.
Come
we
see
have-
me for specific details on those
Okay.
kinds of scenarios.
Okay.
So we don't get everybody confused.
Okay.
But it's a very easy math to figure out what your number would be, what the cost would be, and it's really good information. So, you know.
Does it have to be more than your previous home, or does it matter what the prices are?
I don't think it is.
I just need to get the specifics.
Yeah. And really, it's not one of these things where I have to get the full-blown application to do the math. I just need to know this, what's value, what's this.
Yeah.
How much you go, et cetera. Okay, I guess that's it. Thanks.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Cindy. All righty,